Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Let's take a minute to look here at our 2010 IDP busts that we have. And so some of the names on this list that you can look at, I've got Keith Brooking. I'm concerned about Keith because he had some knee problems this offseason. He's obviously getting of age, so we could see him maybe break down there on the inside of that Dallas Cowboys defense. That would probably mean for that situation that somebody maybe like a Sean Lee, the rookie that they drafted, maybe he could come in and be a sleeper if Brooking should miss some time. Brian Cushing, obviously, with his situation, he's going to miss the first 4 games. But I'm sorry, folks, the numbers that he put up last year, you really don't see that from a strong side guy. Now, they do tend to see things roll his way in the defense a bit more, obviously, with the numbers that he put up as a rookie. But you got to say that those numbers are high-end in your expectations. That could be his career best right there easily. And especially with all this steroid stuff, who knows what kind of a player he is going to be coming back. I think he's still going to be a darn good player as far as for his team, but I don't know that he's going to be the big impact player that maybe he was. We're just going to have to find out on that. So I would caution on taking him. Maybe you just go with a Chad Greenway who's going to be there if you have to take a strong outside linebacker for your squad. Maybe go with a Chad Greenway, real good player to have for that position, and he's going to be there for you all season long. Let's look at OCU Manura. He's been having some health issues, but I just think the old man, he's not that old, really. I think he's about 28, but really he's starting to break down in comparison to some of the guys that you've got around there. You got Kiwi, you've got some other young up-and-comer guys. I think Jason Pierre-Paul may be a year away or so before he's really going to help out and make a strong impact, but he'll probably help the Giants this year, their first-round pick. I just don't see it for OC. I would say stay away. I think next year he's going to be on a different team than the Giants. It just seems to make sense with the depth that they have that they could go ahead and move him on after this season. So go ahead and I would just stay away from him. I mean, he can be a helpful player to your team if he lasts long enough in the draft and you're just seeing his name drop down and maybe you're willing to, hold him and keep him for good depth and all that, then that's good. But I just wouldn't use him for being a starter or anything like that. Another name is Darrelle Revis. We have him for defensive backs. I think we have Revis, and this does tend to happen, especially it seems like in IDP. It does also happen with your standard, running backs, quarterbacks, and whatnot, that guys with big names, they can get drafted higher. We've seen this over the years with maybe a Brian Urlacher, Dwight Freeney's of the world. These guys maybe get picked a little bit higher because of their name, but at the same time, their production for IDP may not let you equate out. Now, I mean, you look at Darrelle Revis, hey, he had pass deflections with, 31? That's outstanding. I think he had 6 picks last year. That's very good, but I think this year he's going to have even less footballs thrown his way. They're probably going to throw a lot more at Antonio Cromartie, who I think could be a sleeper that not a ton of people are talking about this year. Remember, he's had some numbers in the past, and he probably is going to get challenged quite a bit this season. Maybe Kyle Wilson, their rookie, as playing in the slot cover, if should be their number 3 guy. So with Revis, I think they're just going to stay away from him. At times when they do throw to him, he should be effective, but overall, I just don't know if he's going to be a corner you want to start every single week. So keep these names here in mind. And once again, we just want to let you know that if you're listening to this out there on the internet, maybe on YouTube for a video, we've got this, what we're talking about here, available for you. There's a link. It should be a link at the bottom of where this video is at, right underneath the text. And you can click on that link. You can go over and you can download this information that we're talking about. You can print it out for yourself to use at your draft. We have that available for you. And if you're also listening to this on a podcast, maybe like Podbean, Mepedia, any one of those, Blueberry, any of those type of places, that should also be incorporated. There should be an article with this as well, and there should be some type of link there for you to get back to the specific page that we're talking about for this cheat sheet or mock draft that we happen to be talking to you about right now. Good luck this season, and we hope that this information helps you have success.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football with your free subscription.